Oh, look, they're still didn't do too good this week. Like with the move of the slot machine there. That's pretty much what we'll be discussing as WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. I'll go over. I'll go over Stand and Deliver with Russ. I don't know what Russ will pick him. If you guys haven't seen it, here's Steve Mongo McMichael.
Yeah, he's been very ill for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a lot of those guys lately. They've been battling something. I still wonder what Lex Luger's battling to look the way he does. But anyway, how are you, Russ?
I'm good, thanks, Tony. How are you? You
I'm doing all
recovered
right.
after WrestleMania?
Yep. Lots of wrestling last week. 18 hours plus whatever I rewatched.
I think I saw about 7 or 8 hours, something like that.
Did you do your homework I told you should do?
Yes, Tony. Well, I sort of did. I just looked on YouTube for some highlights.
It's the easiest thing if you just go to a network, you hit shows, then you click on it, then there's usually like a 20 to 30 minute long recap.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I just went on YouTube and saw the thing
Yeah.
I saw was about 20 minutes long.
But let's get started with. You can get it. Here we go. Good old SmackDown. Of
Seth
course.
Rollins.
Does this show up for you that quick? It just doesn't show up for me. This is Seth Rollins. This is a promo for the match. It was a very good promo. I liked it. Kind of built what was going on with the story wise. Him being the one that's ready to say correctly. And here you have the Monday Good Giant Battle Royal, whatever the fuck it's called.
Andre the
And,
Giant Battle Royal.
and it's Carmelo Hayes and him were the last. Carmelo Hayes won.
Oh, great.
And you had Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns for like the 15th time in the last 3 months.
Never gets old. Who won, Tony?
We'll get to that. Selena Vega, Chelsea Green. I mean, that's all the matches you had. There wasn't much because they don't want to get people hurt. But they did have another match. It's weird that that's not on
Well, you
there.
could have just had the people who weren't fighting at WrestleMania. It's quite easy, really.
I
Hundreds of them.
remember.
Ah,
There you go.
Alonso.
There you go, Russ. Do your normal thing here.
Yeah, I can go now. Thanks, Alonso. I'm tagging you in.
No, you can't go read what they're supposed to read there.
Oh my god, alright. Seth Rollins promo. Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Hayes won. Last eliminating Andrade. Andrade's going to get bloody booked into oblivion at this rate. Women's division chaos ahead of WrestleMania. Okay.
That's basically all the champions came out there.
Okay. WWE Tag Team Championship match: Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns. No contest. Selena Vega versus Chelsea Green. Vega defeated Green. Oh, that's quite big, really, isn't it?
Yeah, she's better than her. Really, for her size, she's very good. She's kind of that Roxanne Perez size, but, but she's still a very good technical wrestler. That's why they have had her win Queen of a Ring and some stuff like that.
I do like Selena Vega. She's one of my favorites.
Real quickly, we'll say hello to Alonzo.
Hey Tony, hey Russ, how's it going today?
It's going all right. How about for you?
Yeah, not too bad. I just got a haircut and my teeth cleaned today, so that was it.
You're looking swish, man.
Okay, Russ.
Just
Yeah,
need your
so
moustache
look,
twirled.
uh, yeah, looking forward to talking about WrestleMania and the fallout after that. So
Oh, do we have to?
And on to NXT.
I can go sleep for 5 minutes.
Stand and deliver. And deliver us.
I'm not standing, but did it deliver?
I thought it was very good. It was definitely better than Night 2 of WrestleMania. There's Verena.
The arena
T-Mobile.
twilight.
it looks really sharp at night. So Russ, I don't know if you noticed, but the Vegas Golden Knights hockey team play at that arena, as well as UFC fights, of course. But
T-Mobile Arena.
Sorry, which ice hockey team? Sorry.
the Golden Knights.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Tony.
The team that won Stanley Cup, what? Their second year?
2 years ago?
Was it, this,
Yeah,
was
so
it their second year?
they beat the yeah, I think they beat the Capitals, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's your main event. Carmelo, or no, I don't know what I'm going to say. Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes
Trick
won the
Williams.
Andre the Giant Battle Royal, mate.
Javon Evans. And Obafemi, also known as the African Murder King. And look, African Murder King won.
African Murder King wins.
And here you go, the fatal four-way women's title that Stephanie asked for there. Mrs. Bakir. And
The Cure.
don't know why they're going so slow on my end.
I saw her Raw, Tony and Russ, and I thought, my gosh, she's a powerhouse.
This was a really good match. Yeah, what happened, Alonzo, originally, she said she wanted to be on the main roster. And she's like, no, I need to learn English and stuff. So it's weird with her winning so much stuff. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Good for her.
Where'd you go, Cousin Russ?
Sorry, my signal just dropped out.
There she won. That was a pretty good match.
I don't think my Wi-Fi likes NXT.
This was a pretty good match as well.
It likes it as much as I do.
And we knew Dark State was going to win.
Yeah, we knew Dark State was always going to win.
That's not what I wanted to do. Here's a women's six-way ladder match for the North American title.
Yes.
And it came down to the two me and Russ had figured out it would be down to. And Alonzo's a beat.
I didn't have a clue who it come down to.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, Tony, I can hear you.
He's gone, and he.
Right.
had a phone- He's had a phone call again. Every
Right.
time he has a phone call, he has to. You can imagine if he couldn't get back into his own stream.
I can always get back.
Yeah, you can. Did you get a phone call, Tony?
Yeah, I got a phone call now.
Who was
I
it?
put it on Do Not Disturb.
Put on Do Not Disturb. It was your cousin saying, "Yo, you should have come to WrestleMania. It was great."
You'll notice none of his photos showed up. I almost
Tony, you should have got a
posted
ticket to WrestleMania.
I could have too. And here's Alonzo's woman, Soruka.
I see I might have.
Why did you think he would win?
The new North American. This was another really good match.
So Tony, I have a new one I have to mention,
Yeah,
and I saw her. Yeah, and I saw her. I'm watching NXT right now, actually, and she was in a tag team match with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan and what's her name? Gigi, what's her name?
Cousin
Gigi
Liv.
Dolan, good
Yes,
Gigi Dolan.
yes, she looks pretty hot.
Which one were you going for? Tatum Tatum, is that the one you're talking about?
No, Gigi Dolan is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'll make you happy later in the show.
Oh, cool.
But here you have the tag team championship for NXT title. The very, very good high energy match. And I've watched Hank and Tank where they started up in NXT level up. That ended, and now they have Evolve. They haven't been in. I haven't watched Evolve since it's on Tubi. I need to watch it just to see who's rising up and stuff. It's worth watching.
Oh, right, that new show on Okay.
It's on Tubi. But anyway, after a high speed match,
Hank and Tank.
I'm glad you guys could see this before I see it.
Are you a fan of Hank and Tank, Alonzo?
I just saw him just now.
No, because apparently people don't really get them. I'm obviously I haven't seen enough of them. That's all.
Yeah, I need to watch more of NXT Rush. I need to make it a habit to watch more NXT. Obviously,
Yeah.
just talent there, but with the way I can only sit the day after.
Yeah.
I don't have like cable or like that, so most of the time I'm having to. I have Netflix and I have USA Network. Again, I had to watch it. I watch SmackDown Live. I work usually on Fridays, so when I get, I usually watch the highlights.
But they're very high energy. Well, actually, during this match, I think they were talking about how they're fat and how they're still good. They're just super high energy. They got the strength. The fans absolutely love them because you really don't see that fast paced bruiser wrestling anymore, and that's what you get with these guys.
Well, isn't that how the Roll Raiders are?
Yeah, they're probably better than the War Raiders because only one of our War Raiders is good.
Ivar.
Yeah, the big one.
I mean, it just takes time.
Carry on, Tony.
And Ethan Page versus
Ricky Starks.
Ricky Saints.
Ricky Starks.
I can't believe he changed his name.
It just seems silly.
This was the worst match of the Stand and Deliver.
Really, it should have been the best.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. I don't know why.
It's because you don't like Ricky Starks.
And this one happened 15 minutes before the show. And let's see if I can make somebody slightly happy. He'll be much happier later in the show. But and this is for the number one tag team spot. So they're booked them in a title shot Tuesday night. So Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. And that is it for Stand and Deliver. Now it's time for the fun part. Welcome to Las Vegas.
WrestleMania, brother. Tony, do you think that the stadium resembles or try to resemble the black hole?
I don't know. I just this is kind of a design they're going with these. They're all round now. They went back to the round ones instead of the kind of square ones they were going with. I hope the one in Oklahoma City looks something like this.
It looks like one of those automatic vacuum cleaners that you have on your floor.
Yeah.
Oh, the
It had like giant screens on it.
It looks great though. I would love to go there. It looks great.
So the reason why I mentioned the dark hole is because if you know the Raiders, right? The Oakland
Yeah.
Raiders or the Vegas
Yeah.
Raiders now, they have a section of their fans that's called a black hole because it's covered in black. See the black jerseys.
Yeah.
And I was asking Tony that the black part looks like the black hole would be.
Yeah.
But like Tony's right,
Cool.
like they're trying to make it more rounder. Cause so Russ, I live in Houston Houston area, and if you ever seen the Astrodome, it's like a round shaped stadium.
Yeah, it's
where,
really weird shaped thing. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
So it's like more spaced out. Where, like Tony mentioned, like they're trying to get away from the box style stadiums.
Yeah.
And the Houston area as well. That's where the Houston Texans play. It's all shaped like a freaking big square.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. That Reliant Stadium, what is it on, Joe? Probably 2.5 times bigger than the Astrodome. I mean, it dwarfs it in photos when they show it side by side or get a blimp view.
Yeah, but the Astrodome was first of its kind, right? So ever since then, they had this cookie cutter kind of stadium where there was big squared kind of stadium looking thing.
Yeah.
But Reliant Stadium is like got a retractable roof, so when it gets hot or when it's hot, they can close the roof. Same with the Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, and I mean the Reliant Stadium. It's kind of like I think Indianapolis was the 1st one. It might have been Detroit, but they kind of went through that style. But that's enough about stadium talk.
He just cut you off, Alonso.
We'll play Tony.
but but
This is true.
here again, it's like
So you're
Arizona.
still talking about the stadium.
You can bring the field in. Well, Alonzo can always jump in as we're gonna do these photos. Just me and Russ have
It's
already
enough
seen these
stadium
photos.
talk, so we're still talking about a stadium. Yeah, you showed me this the other day. Come on, speed it up, crank it out.
The problem is you guys see when I post them before I do. I still think this one popping up's the coolest looking one.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the important bits. Don't know why it's loading so slow for me.
Is he gone again? Is it your cousin ringing you again, Tony?
No, I hit backwards and around one.
Oh.
Here's the matchups. It's what 7 matches they had on night one. Which ones of these were you looking forward to?
Oh, the one in the middle.
Alonzo?
I missed it.
Which one was what?
Which was you?
Well,
Which match were you looking forward to on night one of WrestleMania?
I missed half of it. So, well, I was just getting late. I would say the Tiffany Charlotte match, but
boy, Tiffany was beat up after they were not holding their punches back.
You saying
But-
it wasn't? You saying it wasn't Ray Phoenix versus El Grande Americano or whatever his name is?
it was a close second. But I was looking forward to the three-way match between CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and
Right.
Seth Rollins.
Rightly or wrongly, I know some of you are massive Jey Uso fans, but that match should have been bumped in favour of Punk, Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Sorry, but it should have been.
But you think I should have been first instead of this one?
Well, basically, first is the new second, I guess.
But first is in most of these, it's been the better matches
Exactly.
for the most part.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's just one of those, isn't it? But it does throw shade at the Royal Rumble winner not being in the main event.
I'm glad that the fans got what they've been wanting for. I mean, I can't remember the last time
I
a
do.
wrestler was this over as Jay is. But Jay will not have a title very long.
Of course he won't. I don't think he should have won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, somebody wanted that money in the bank and will cash in pretty quickly.
Hey, Gunther.
You know,
What was your favorite part of
opinion,
this, Alonzo?
Who do you think will be Alonso?
in my opinion, I think you're right, Russ. Is that he shouldn't have won the Royal Rumble. I actually think that it was fixed to where John Cena should have won, but instead things changed by mistake. I think.
By
But
what I read,
also,
Alonzo, by what I read, It was supposed to be Punk, but he got injured during the match.
When did he get injured during the match?
He tore his fucking
A
bicep.
year, a year
The
ago?
year before.
Right. So, I think the reason why they had him win the Royal Rumble at the last minute is because he's what's in now, right? Everybody gets behind the eat stuff, and he's very popular right now. So, you know, in reality, I think Gunther would have retained, but I think things change on the fly.
Russ, what do you think of this match?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
No. I don't like Jey Uso, so I'm not missing anything.
I like him. I think he's hard not to like.
I just can't. I've never got along with him
Well,
or his brother. Never ever. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't know whether it's by association because they're part of the bloodline with Roman Reigns, but I just don't get it.
This one here should have never happened because we knew who was going to win the entire
It was a
time.
good match. It's a good match. I enjoyed that one.
I'm surprised she did that well. I know she's been training at the Performance Center with the NXT people, but she definitely had improved. But what's weird, it's like they build her up for a year. She had the injury. It's like 15, 16 months, and she's just beat Naomi is pretty much all he said that you can.
Yeah,
She did,
Naomi
yeah.
made it. Naomi made it a spectacle. It was good. I really enjoyed that match.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Alonzo, did you see this one?
No. But in hindsight, you kind of knew he was going to win anyway. I think what kind of what I see a trend now is whenever you have these so-called instances where wrestlers are getting hurt in a parking lot, and same thing with Bailey and what's her name?
Yeah.
The redhead girl. What's her name? Help me out, Tony.
Mrs. Seth Rollins.
Yeah. What's
Becky
her name?
Lynch. There you
Becky
go.
Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Right.
See, even I
So
can remember.
I get mixed.
There we go.
I get her mixed up with Alexa Bliss for some reason. Anyway, so it's once is enough with the whole attacking backstage stuff, and I don't know. I don't know what you guys thoughts on that, but at some point it gets kind of old. But I personally like Jade Cargill. I think she brings a lot to the table. I think that I don't know if you guys remember what when was it, and she did on messing up a lot.
Uh, and I told you, Alonzo, that she hurts people. Then we had, was it Royal Rumble? Then she hurt somebody right off the bat. It's like,
And but what pay per view was it whenever she kept on like having these stupid miscues? Was that the rope stuff, or she kept on falling off the rope?
yeah.
Yeah, her foot stuck in some instances. When was that? Was that Australia tour?
I can't remember.
Could be something like that, yeah.
But she's the version of you have Ultimate Warrior, you have Sting, and all those that started off as a bodybuilder. That's what she started as, wrestling, just the new thing. Just the adequate body. She's pretty good looking, and they've been pushing her. I think she can get it together, but she just have to really work hard to get where she needs to be. But she
Yeah,
definitely looked improved for this match.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited. I'm excited for her future. I think that I would not be surprised if in the future she'll be fighting for a championship belt sooner or later. You know.
Oh yeah, she'll be in the title picture. Yeah, no doubt.
She'll definitely have a title shot by the end of the year. Won't surprise me if we
SummerSlam.
get Babu Day versus
Could be
the War
War
Raiders.
Games. Yes, this was not a good match.
Yeah.
This it was all right. Don't get me wrong, it was fine, but yeah, it was a piss break match. It was just you knew. It was,
This should have been on Raw on Monday. It shouldn't have made it to a pay-per-view. I like you, disappointing.
It's a shame because the War Raiders were having a big run. I don't know, like
cool.
the New Day have been at it for a while now, and it seems like whatever.
I quite like them being heel, to be honest.
But it's so weird the way they started that like they just went totally heel with everything.
Yeah. He's a heel.
Who sucks.
Yeah, there's not much to say about this match. It was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it definitely could have booked something better. Last minute change here. Mysterio got injured. And comes Ray Phoenix for Rey Mysterio Jr. and the Grande Americano.
Sounds like a coffee.
And it definitely sounds like something I would order
Drink
from Starbucks.
to get you some caffeine.
I'm finally getting where coffee doesn't make me jittery. I've drinking enough the last 2 years. So
Well, I'd
just,
hate to see you jittery, Tony.
but we have El Grande Americano as the winner.
It was a decent match, actually. It didn't offend me in any way.
It was too short though.
Yeah, it didn't go on too long.
It pissed me off for us because, like, you know, I remember Ray Phoenix doing a lot of hype because of his brother,
Who's his brother?
Kenta.
Is that his
And
brother?
yeah,
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that.
and so when he got hurt, right, whenever he messed up his move,
Did he get hurt though?
I think he did because the match would have been much longer than that.
Well, that was right at the end.
They didn't have much time to change this around because he got hurt late Saturday night, so he had to come in for Rey Mysterio. From what Triple H said, it's just from him kicking the metal. It wasn't
I don't think
any
it was.
injury.
I don't think it was a medal, Tony. Because the medal can't be that hard. To me, the medal can't. The piece of that medal can't hurt anyone for that long.
Well, it doesn't show what it is. It just shows it wrapped up. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip this one. But this was, no, I'd probably say it's the best match of the night.
You
Very
smacked a
close to
tooth
it.
out.
But I mean, she ended up with all the bruises. I mean, they definitely weren't pulling back. Definitely something happened where these two hate each other now because Tiffany always looked up to Charlotte. And
The right person won this match.
yeah, I was really hoping Blair wouldn't win.
I think the fans know that Charlotte Flair is no longer the top female at all. You know, because the way they reacted during the Royal Rumble kind of shows you how they feel about Charlotte Flair and all that.
Yeah, but at the end of the
Yeah,
day, they were. It's odd because obviously Tiffany Stratton is a heel essentially, but by proxy she's just become a babyface. Obviously, how she won the title. So in
Mhm.
any other thing, Tiffany Stratton would be the heel anyway.
yeah, but they cheer like she's it's kind of like the same thing with Seth Rollins. It's like they cheer him, or I would call him more of a face than
A tweener more than anything else.
yeah. I know you like that word. You used it last week.
So what happened to Nia Jax and
She
the
must have
other?
got.
I said the exact same thing to Tony. I go, "Where's Nia Jax?" It's like she couldn't have fallen off the face of the earth because you'd still be able to see her.
Yeah, her and Johnny Logano, Johnny Wrestling's wife has also disappeared. So,
Yeah. Where are they gone? They weren't even mentioned at all anywhere.
no. But well deserved win. Good match. Both bruised each other up pretty good. I don't like what I like to see.
Good match.
I like it when they let a feud just come in there and full power and let it slip through there. Here's a pretty good match. Kiddo La Knight versus Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. Couldn't tell who I was going for because I had my Samoan werewolf shirt on. I didn't think they gave LA Knight enough fight where he was in charge of this match, just brief little bit. But we all knew who was going to win. Don't know what the Knights do from now on.
Got no
Also,
idea, man. I
US.
was thinking the same thing. He's literally where does he go from here?
And
He's not going to go up the card, is he?
maybe Intercontinental title he tries to get for one last push. It's just his age. He's probably turned 45 at this point. I know he's somewhere between our ages.
Have him fight John Cena.
So tired of fucking John Cena. Russia's like, tell me how you really feel.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what they're going to do with Jacob Fatu now? Who's he going to be? Who can you see challenging him for this title?
Maybe Strowman.
Not like we haven't seen that before.
It's all going to depend. I'm not sure I haven't read enough of the rumor sites to see when the draft is.
Rusev.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Him and Rusev would be good. So we'll see where everybody's shuffled to, even though you can go to anything you want to anyway.
Joe Hendry.
Well, what do you think of the two, Alonzo?
The 2 or 3. Seth Rollins,
No,
Roman
Fatu.
Reigns.
Fatu.
Jacob
Jacob
Fatu,
Fatu.
this guy.
I think he's got a lot of talent. But the way they did away with the bad line, to me, is like, okay, what else happens for him next? So the talent is obviously there, but I think he's got too much talent and too much charisma just to be US champion. But I think they'll push him enough to where he can get a shot pretty soon. Because to me, the US belt is different from intercontinental belt, in my opinion. I never really liked that being in the WWE. I think that's a WCW thing. I think it's just there just because SmackDown needs a secondary belt.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing on Raw. You have the women's and men's intercontinental. Here on SmackDown, you got the men's and women's U.S. belt. You got the mid-card belts and NXT now. So I mean, I, I'm not against it. You have to have that. Want to be surprised that Saturday night's main event if he goes against his former leader.
Solo.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Solo Sikoa and him don't go at it.
Or The Rock.
Here's your main event. Me and Russ took Mr. Rollins. I still think I influenced Russ this decision.
You could see the finish a mile away. Not the actual swerve, but you could tell. You knew Seth Rollins was going to win.
Yeah.
It was a good match through and through, but then you get to that end. It's like
It was.
who were you surprised I got kicked in the nuts more? CM Punk or Roman Reigns?
I thought it was Roman Reigns, to be honest with you. Because from the looks of it, Wrestling Tony, it seems like there's more animosity with Roman Reigns towards Paul Heyman than there was between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. So at the end of the day, I thought it was Roman Reigns and CM Punk coming out of the hill. But the more and more I watched the match, the more and more I realized that, hold on, wait a minute, it could be Seth Rollins turning heel. But I think he has already gone down that road already because the fans favored Rollins and CM Punk more so than they did Rollins.
And even after he won, you still had the fans doing the thing. They like him. I'm not sure how much of the he'll actually be because he's like Russ says he's one of those in betweeners where I mean with a cackle and some of that stuff, it's
I think
it shows the heel stuff, but I don't really think he's a heel.
they're using
He
him
is
as a heel
now.
though, Tony.
But I liked the way they had it. The story was Seth Rollins didn't want Roman Reigns to win because he ruins wrestling by just showing up when he wants to. CM Punk by leaving just whenever he wants to, then coming back when it's a hot product. I think they did that story arc pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And which one of these 7 were you looking for? You can pick more than one match.
Randy Orton, Open Invitational.
Alonzo?
I was looking forward to what. I was looking forward to Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, that was a
Maybe,
good match. Yeah, I was
maybe,
looking forward to that.
yeah.
I know I'm looking forward to Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
I believe I just came on whenever Io Sky wanted a belt because I think that was the first match. I believe, yeah, it was the first match.
First match was good. The first match was the best match.
Yeah, Io Sky.
Yeah.
You could say that about both nights, probably. Wouldn't be too wrong. But I was actually wanting to see Io Sky for much because for most they just kept slapping her, pushing her around in the face, just treating her with no respect at all. So that was a nice.
Oh, she's from the
win for
Orient,
me.
Tony.
Yep, I like my Oriental wrestlers.
So his favorite tag team's the Oriental Express.
That's what they should say when Kyrie Sane comes back, which is soon, but I mean photos. I always get those as I do it.
Yes, this was a good match. You've got all the matches in the wrong order.
I didn't feel like switching them around. I had them this way.
I like order.
I can skip to it and then come back.
That's fine, don't worry. No, it doesn't have to take any longer than it has to. Come on, get moving.
Give me one, Mike.
I was wanting Penta to win, but I had a feeling it would be Dirty Dom. Yeah, it's funny. He gets the belt, and he's immediately turned from a heel to a face.
You know, my favorite part of these podcasts, Tony, if ever Russ tells you, "Get a move on, mate."
But
Right.
wanted to see if Breaker's fighting for Intercontinental belt.
Anyway, I'm kind of glad Dominic Mysterio won or Dirty Dom because it's kind of glad because he did his way, I guess, without Daddy's help, and he put in the hard work to get to that point. So you know, I would have preferred Penta win the belt, but I think we talked about I think seriously whenever Roman Reigns beat Cody Rhodes, right? It takes time for things to happen. And Penta's been in the company, what, 4 months already? Maybe 5 months. So I think, he understands that his time is going to come. But I think Dominic kind of earned that belt. I think Tony and I were talking about Russ. Maybe you were there as well. How how Finn Balor, I think, has lost his opportunities to become a contender. To become a contender for both belts actually, and so he's just there just to help out the youngsters.
He needs to move away from Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is there's so many of those cruiserweight guys. There's just a plethora of them, and
But the thing is, though, Tony, Finn Balor's on TV every single week. You would think they would find something to do with him, like win the odd match.
To me, he shouldn't wrestle. He should just train. He's good at training with people. I just, ever since the Demon went out, he doesn't win matches hardly anymore. I don't know. But this one led off the night, probably the best of the night.
Who's El Juggalo? We've actually got someone commenting. And Tony's totally not done anything about it.
Well, I have it. There's a way I can automatically do it overlay where I can see it. But
It's your cousin, isn't it? In disguise.
whoop, whoop.
JCW. Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Yeah, it's great. It's totally bamboozled Tony because nobody usually watches us.
No, it happens. We get one.
All right, yes, this was a good match. First match of the night. Really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I think for person one. She might not have it very long, but I mean, when both of them are just shoving her in the face, showing her no respect, you know that she's gonna end up winning it.
This was a decent match. The only thing was it wasn't anything that wasn't in a normal street fight. But the right person won. Drew McIntyre could not lose this match.
God, that's for me, but we'll try for number 13. Oh, there it is. Hi, Drew.
I'm kind of glad he won as well. I always do Rush. I can't stand, Damian Priest.
I'm not a fan at all. No.
I think that he has no charisma. I think that they push him to be this like anti-hero like Undertaker, and I don't know, like I don't. His matches are boring. I don't know. I just don't care for him that much.
Yeah, I like him pre-Judgment Day.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Of watching those shows before the wrestling got good, before the McMahons stole the rest of their shares and everything. He was about the only male on there worth watching. I think that's why he had the belt during COVID and stuff.
McIntyre.
Yeah, McIntyre had it then, but I'm just thinking that I don't know. I like Priest. I just think he got lost being in the Judgment Day. It wasn't good for him. And then now they have the titles back. They'd be pushing them. I was hoping it was going away. Carlito was supposed to go away. But JD McBighead got
He's
hurt.
back. JD McBighead.
Nice one, Tony.
I can't believe he's back. Guess he's back. I would not guess that. Because it was supposed to be a pretty long injury.
JD McBighead.
And I maybe he uses like all his brain waves to heal himself. I don't know.
Oh, Tony.
Sorry, we skipped. Oh, what the hell happened? There we go. Russ was looking forward to this. Big AJ Styles fan.
I was looking forward to who would be in a prime bottle, and there was no prime bottle this year.
Did Did you see who could have been the prime bottle?
No. No prime ball. Really disappointing.
I'm trying to remember who they said it was.
Huh?
No, I'm trying to remember who they were trying to get to be in it.
Stone Cold, someone said.
Yeah, it was Stone Cold there to pay him $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million to be in the bottle. But this went the way we all knew it would. Logan Paul wins.
Yeah, I find it a bit strange, really, but yeah, I think it was a bit strange that Logan Paul won, considering AJ's sort of coming to the end of his career.
Yeah,
I think it's a joke how like every time he's been in these big matches, he always has some kind of interference. That's why I can't like go for him sometimes, or all the time actually. I think he's just getting by, and I think that's why the fans hate him more than they already do. But yeah, I just don't like anything about him. I mean, granted, his wrestling has improved, but it's the outside antics that I can't get over.
yeah, but I don't pay any attention to what he does outside of wrestling. So
No, I
Yeah,
mean
I
like,
don't either, really. I don't really. I mean, for what he's done since he's come in, he's been very good. He's been entertaining. I don't think much of his promo skills are okay, but for a celebrity to come in and do what he's done, I think he's done very well.
I meant like as far as outside,
yeah,
I always need help with the brass knuckles and all that stuff.
yeah,
That's
I get where you're coming from, Alonzo, but he's a celebrity heel, and that's kind of what you're gonna get. I think one day they'll turn him face, because I do think the fans do like him. What the fuck is going on in this?
What is going on? I'm confused.
Are you not
Doesn't
gonna talk
matter
about
anymore.
the women's tag team match? Or the
It's telling Mr. Randy Orton Invitational. There we go.
Well, I miss the women's too.
go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, the celebrity Becky Lynch came back, which was weird to me because she just fed us the article saying the time isn't right. When the time was right, she would come back. So I guess it was this weekend. And here you have her and Valkyrie winning. Valkyrie is very good. Lot of strength for that small frame. She's very technical. Probably one of the better women. All said, and through their different skill sets. But and here we have the Randy Orton
We're not gonna talk.
Invitational.
We're gonna talk about tag team match, Tony.
You can say what you want to about the tag team match.
Right. So, as everyone knows, Bailey got hurt, and like to me, I kind of thought that having Valkyria and her mystery partner were in the tag team belt.
They literally bumped Bailey for no reason. She's not
Right.
injured.
And then only to lose the belt the next day on Raw didn't make any sense to me. Only to Liv Morgan and Rico Rodriguez to retain them.
We'll get to that Raw.
Right, but still, I think Becky Lynch couldn't not be in WrestleMania. So I think that's why Tony, you talked about how the time was right. Well, I guess the time was right because her husband turned heel, and so she did as well. Like, uh, anyway.
Russ, say his name.
Joe Hendry. Yes. What a match that was. It was a bit disappointing Joe Hendry didn't get a little bit more in for my liking. He did get buried a little bit by WWE, but it is what it is. He was on WrestleMania. I don't think he minded too much.
Here's my cousin with Joe Hendry the day before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and also the day before, Lonzo was like this one. Rob Van Dam.
It could have been you, Tony.
I don't know if I showed you this one, Russ, or not.
Yeah, he's rubbing his manhood in your face, Tony.
Don't think I
With
showed
all
you
these
this one either.
legends that he's met.
The Sandman.
I'll just message him back and tell him to F off.
Sabu. Sting. Can't remember who the fuck that is.
Yeah, I'll just message him back in case. Yeah, thanks a bunch, mate.
But I think we always knew Orton was gonna win because he was. And here's the biggest disappointment. You have a rapper that cost Rhodes a title. Rhodes.
I think the less said about this match, the better. I think.
Yeah, the year long. I don't think Cody did much with the title for over a year. It was boring, and I hope Cena doesn't hold it until the end. We'll find that one out.
Yeah, it was a poor match.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, how's that rapper guy gonna actually cost Cody Rhodes a title is beyond me, but there you go.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems like almost as if, why now? You know, why do it now when the business was already thriving without John Cena? You know, and
he wanted the money.
I think when like these, I tell you what, when these old timers leave, right? Like Undertaker and Stone Cold and all that, they make their appearances. But these dudes like John Cena and The Rock and all these other people come back. To me, it's like kind of deal where they have one step forward, two steps backwards kind of thing.
Thing is with The Rock, he's actually an investor, isn't he? So he has a vested interest in it.
What bothers me the most is the 17-man one. Let's get on to Raw.
Tony, I'm not done talking about
it. Go ahead. We have to go fast with rest before you finishes on us.
Right, but like to me, it's like almost. I don't think like people necessarily wanted to see John Cena because we all know it's going to happen, right? So to me, this is where I think the WWE missed the mark. And this is where I think The Rock kind of still has influence over Rock Creative. I think they just missed it.
But my whole thing with it, Alonzo, is he got destroyed by Solo Sikoa when he was at his absolute worst. He's improved over the last year.
Who has?
Solo Sokoa, since he fucking made John retire. I mean that was a ass beating that he'll never get over.
Well,
Here's John.
apparently he has gotten over it because he won the belt.
No, but it just it leaves a dirty feeling in your mouth knowing what happened. John going blah blah blah. Really not saying much that he hasn't said before. Talking about how bad the fans were. And I love Randy Orton's tongue out here.
Oh, I thought that was pretty amazing. Given the fact that they're our rivals and all that, and I was pretty excited that Randy Orton got like cooked up on him because that RKO was pretty awesome.
Here you have that. To tag team champion match.
What's the point in this? Day after.
Cousin Liv. Valkyrie.
Valkyria.
Okay, Dropkick. One of the missile variety. We'll have one of those later.
Yeah. Was it a good match? I don't know. I didn't see it. I saw the result.
Yeah,
But...
yeah, it wasn't bad. Wasn't
Yes,
great.
indeed.
This is so weird. You just use yourself as a battering ram, just throwing her down.
Wow.
Before,
What was the point of them having a match day after WrestleMania?
I don't know. It's what they do this all the time though. Rush after an event, they have somebody win that didn't win the belt. It's so stupid to change it the next day.
Just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make it worthwhile.
No. Very weird. Come on, photo. Load up.
I can see him.
Which one are you seeing?
Oh, yeah, two tag team title win, tag champs rather. But now it's gone back to Liv Morgan and.
There we go.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh, for some reason, it's
I've seen that one as well.
Is that the champion one?
No, it's
Okay.
two butts in faces.
So that'd be the champion one, right?
New tag team champions, yep. Even though they lost them a day before.
It's weird on this one, Russ and Alonso, because they didn't have any of the little fight cards they do that I assemble into what the events, what the fights are gonna be. And
Yeah, tag team champions, yeah.
we knew what was happening with this one. I'm not going to spend any time on this unless Alonso has anything to say about it.
Rusev Day.
Right. So, you know, Look, we all know what's gonna happen. Liv Tyler, or excuse me, Becky Lynch is gonna turn her back on Lara Valkyria, aka Valkyrie. But it just kind of shows you where she's headed as a heel. Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens at the draft.
I don't know which woman he's selects from female locker room this time.
So is this an actual match? Did Rusev come out to actually have a match or not?
And he just
No, he
beat
just
up
came in.
Alpha Academy.
Oh, he just beat up, what's his name, Otis.
Yeah.
Io Sky. Coming together.
This was a good match.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. Ah, look at that, a missile drop kick.
Yeah, missile drop kick.
Look how fucking high she is.
Bingo.
It's funny since I came up with this name, the number of missile drop kicks has severely
Diminished. Yeah, severely gone down.
No, it's raised. It's really raised on us than Kyrie Sane come back. I'll be happy when Kyrie Sane comes back because,
Yeet.
you know. So here you have this celebration. Didn't really say much. A lot of yeet going on. Well, I guess stuff that happened at the end of this match. But we'll get to that. And here's where the match got occurred. McAfee with the wrong choice here, deciding to defend his partner.
Did you watch Raw, Russ?
No, I saw bits of it. I saw the highlights.
He had him in this chokehold for about 4 minutes, but it broke it loose. Look, Jessica with a look of concern on her face. She has one emotion.
AKA just
Really having, barely being able to talk. Because he actually did have the sleeper on in the maroon naked choke. Look, it's Penta. Penta's here, everybody. And it's Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom. Where's this man, JD Madonna?
There he is, 1,000,000 in there. Maybe trying to get out of the orbit of McDonough. There's another nice style of this. Can't ever remember what they call this move. But hopefully Dom doesn't have this too long.
Dirty Dom with the big frog splash. To retain. Good.
There you go. Sorry for whatever reason.
See,
Loading.
even Finn Balor's celebrating with him.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh, Seth and Punk going at it. Not surprising. Punk had a go at Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Why did you turn your back on me? Because I was told to.
What do we have now?
Oh, Paul Heyman lifting Seth Rollins' arm in the air. I assume he stomped CM Punk.
Yep. And here comes the other guy.
Braun Breaker it? No, it's not. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, who else is out doing spear?
Oh, Roman Reigns.
Well, Roman Reigns comes in. That's it. Yeah, I forgot about him. Superman punches Paul Heyman.
Yep. Finally getting popped back up on speed now. A little bit anyway. Now I'm not. Another spear. Who could this guy be?
I said, is that Braun Breaker? Was he wearing some kind of
Mhm.
mask or something?
No mask.
You're in a hoodie.
And he spears CM Punk.
Yep. And Rollins just smiles. And
Yeah,
this,
that was a big old spear. That was.
they went through the barrier. Tom to pump the head. Good finisher, but you have to be careful on it. It's weird that Steph has that much height over him. And Rusty is your
Here's my
favorite part.
segment. Thanks, Tidy. 20 past 11. The 17-time champ is here. Valkyria and Lynch versus Rodriguez and Morgan. Rodriguez and Morgan defeat Lynch and Valkyria. It's a new day and a Rusev day. What? Io Sky versus Stephanie McCure. No contest. Who came out in that match, Tony? You didn't even say.
Oh,
Oh,
I did show it. It was Julia
oh,
and
Julia.
Perez.
I thought it was
It's
Julia.
Perez.
Okay, Jey Uso is your champion. Do we even get a picture of it? Oh, yeah, we did. Dominic versus Penta. Mysterio defeated Penta. And the final word, Seth Rollins. Beat Punk. And whatever, yeah. Didn't even get to finish it.
Look, I deliver for you, Alonzo.
Oh, thanks.
And the next one's even better.
It's no accounting for taste.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Tatum stays in there.
Just about.
They're almost fully out. And I didn't put the nip slip in there for you, Russ. Naomi. Naomi's great at that. Here's NXT. You'll
Oh,
be
for
happy.
goodness, come on, can you speed this up? I've got to go in a minute.
Yes, I'm speeding it through. I hardly have anything
We've
in this.
been going for an hour
There's
and
6
20 minutes.
slides. Six slides.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Gigi Dolin and Tatum Paxley. Morgan and Rodriguez defeated Dolin and Paxley. Lexis King versus Noam Dar. Dar defeated King. Is Noam Dar back, is he? God.
Finally back.
Leah Hale versus Fallon Henley. Hale defeated Henley. Javon Evans and Miles Bourne versus Osiris Griffin and Dion Lennox. Dark State defeated Bourne and Evans. Stephanie Vaquer versus Roxanne Perez. Vaquer defeated Perez. Done.
Perez has lost about 8 in a row now. It's still funny that she's going to the main roster.
Lose all your matches and get promoted.
There you go. It's weird they only picked 2 again this week, but they didn't have any for Raw. That was weird.
I can see an envelope.
See anything on this one?
Stephanie Vaquer, yes. I'm glad she won.
And that is it for NXT.
Go for that.
Yeah,
2 NXT segments today, Tony. You're pushing your limit.
Yeah, but the one was 6 slides. I kind of fast forwarded on this one because I showed the last one it was and forgot to go back. I really liked this one. It came out last week. My cousin's under the impression that Cena won't lose until he leaves. But I really hope Randy gets 16. Cena doesn't deserve 17. I mean, I don't know who's making more money in this deal, Raw or WWE or Cena on the merch sales. If anybody wants to go to Tampa Bay at the end of May, you can see 4 shows, 2 of them NXT shows. I hope this
You know
main
what my
event's
answer
better
is.
than the last one. And we have World Collide, 3 Eastern, 2 our time. Then I'm not sure if this has an early start. I've seen one that had a time on it. That they're in the Intuit Dome. Nice looking stadium. And we got a good idea. This will be Punk or Rollins or Tribal Chief. We have SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
That's Paris. What do you have? It's the class in Paris. On Monday night, September 1st, 5 days before my birthday. Be the next one, whatever comes up.
But the outside, are you going through to Royal Rumble?
Well, let me show where it's at. We have Survivor Series, Fans War Game Friday.
No War Games, Brandon. Excellent.
Hopefully, there's get on it. And there's WrestleMania, and there's it. Sorry, we're a little bit slower with Alonzo on here because Alonzo
That's
wants to
not.
talk more.
No, there was nothing
No,
to do with that. It
it's
was about
fine.
1,000 slides. That's all. Yeah, 2
Right.
nights of WrestleMania to do as well.
I
Otherwise,
had
we'll be
6
done in about
shows to
half an
do.
hour.
I had 6 shows to do, man.
Oh no,
Come
you
on,
could
dude.
you could just got rid of NXT.
Somebody might care.
Don't think El Juggalo did.
But that was WrestleMania weekend. That was about 18 hours of wrestling I watched last weekend. Both 5 I watched this week since Raw pretty much went right at 3 hours. Longest Raw they've had since like the second or third one. But what did you think of the last week of wrestling, Alonzo?
Right. So I kind of thought that every time there's WrestleMania season, we all kind of know what's going to happen. I'm kind of glad some belts were kind of changed hands. Like I said before, I think the John Cena Cody Rhodes match was a disaster. We could all argue on why, but for me, they could have done it a lot differently. Um, but yeah, I hope that Johnson is happy now. Um, but yeah, I think you'll see more in the future. But all in all,
Did
it was okay.
Alonzo, did you see the picture that he took with Triple H? Everybody takes a picture with him, but he had his back turned towards the camera. First person that did not face the camera in the Triple H photos after they win the title.
I didn't see that.
Russ, what did you think this week before you rush off to bed?
It was fine. I guess night one's probably better than night two.
Probably.
The Cena Cody match just didn't make any sense. No Rock, and he had that rapper guy coming out who couldn't do anything. I mean, it's just ridiculous how he cost Cody the title. They built
Travis
they built
Knight.
it they built it all up with the Rock, and he never showed up. Doesn't make any sense. But no, WrestleMania it wasn't bad, but then it wasn't very good either. There's some good matches, don't get me wrong. Some of the matches are really good, but yeah, it wasn't like last year's WrestleMania, which was really, really good.
I thought night one was really good. I thought the stand and deliver before was good. Again, being better than night two of Mania. It's the book Cody thing. It was just it didn't seem like they worked very long on that. And I'm curious later this year. I think it's coming to Peacock. Not sure if it will be on. Well, I guess it might be on Netflix. I can't remember, but they're not. Finally have behind the dressing or behind the writer's room and them talking to the wrestlers about the stories they're gonna be. So that's gonna be interesting. I think it starts with last year's Mania, so it'll be interesting to see what they have with that. Overall, decent week. Not the best, but I mean, they kind of stripped stories they had in there because Alexa Bliss was supposed to, but she showed up, signed the deal Saturday morning on the Elimination Chamber. I don't know what they're doing with the Wyatt Six. Those QR
Clearly
codes.
nothing.
Those QR codes wasted 4 months of everybody's life.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, but you don't get anything from them. But the whole concept was cool, but the fact that it wasted 4 months of your life because you've seen them come out like 4 times in a year, it just kind of. But anyway, thanks Alonzo for joining. Thanks Press for joining.
Thank you for having me, Tony. Nice to see you
Yep.
again, Alonzo.
Yeah, pal. Anytime, man.
And thanks to our one viewer.
Goodbye, old
What-
Juggalo. Hope you
One
subscribed. We'll see you next week.
yeah, maybe that put us at 10
Bring on your friends
subscribers.
next time. The Insane Clown Posse and all those guys.
That's one thing I haven't seen lately. So no, they've always had the Juggalo, but I have not seen it in like the past 5 or 6 months. It's not been there. Somebody took away the Juggalo card.
What a shame.
Anyway, thanks for you guys joining. Thanks for anybody that watches back on the replay. Just please subscribe because we do this at least once a week. Have to get us some watch alongs going on. But thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye.